All right, how's it going, guys? Hope you all are doing great. This is E-Vlog coming to you live with Skindy on the other line, and today we will be continuing on where we left off on Naruto Tier List Series, Episode 7. Today, our focus today will be, or our topic today will be on the legendary Sannin, which consists of Orochimaru, Jiraiya Sensei, and Tsunade. With that being said, I just want to take a quick moment to say that I hope each and every one of you guys are doing good. I hope you're coping due to the situation that is going on out there in the world. Wherever you are out there in the world, I hope that you're coping. I hope that you're full of life, full of health to continue your daily activities and all that. So with that being said, Skindy, you can come in. Hello? Skindy, I can't hear you for some reason. And your screen here is it's telling me that the stream has ended on your end or on my end, and I'm not sure what's going on your end. Okay, while we wait for Skindy to come back on, how are you guys doing?
Oh, I'm back.
Okay, you're back. All right.
Yeah, I had to connect back. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, you can go ahead, Skindy. You can give a little breakdown on, or give a little information on the topic today. I already did it, but if you have anything to add, I'm not sure if you heard me since
Uh,
your stuff
I
went
did
off.
hear you're saying that we're doing today the legendary Sannin.
That's
Uh,
right.
yeah, and we're not just doing legendary Sannin. We're also doing Kabuto, Team Taka, and Sound 4. So
Okay. All right. Okay.
yeah. So should we just get into it, or do you have anything more to add?
No, that's it. I didn't know we'll be taking those guys down. I think we talked about it last week, but I guess I forgot that we're
Yeah.
doing a little bit more today. So without further ado, let's get it.
So okay, let's start with base Tsunade. Um, wait, let's see. What does base Tsunade do? I know that like Sakura, it stated that start of Shippuden Sakura has the same strength as Tsunade by Granny Chio, but what else does base Tsunade do?
I believe Base Tsunade, we didn't see her fight much in her base state, right?
Yeah.
The beginning phase, she still has her medical ninja ability. She
Mm-hmm.
was healing soldiers. I
Yeah.
believe it was after her lover died,
Yeah.
right? That was
Mm-hmm.
when she decided to really uh, be on the battlefield, like the battlefield.
Yeah.
I think it was her first was her brother, her baby
Mm-hmm.
brother, and then her lover. So after her lover, that was when she decided to join the battlefield.
Yeah.
Yeah, but her base form, you know, I was actually expecting you to give more
Yeah,
information on
because
that
I
because
know
you
that she
you
stated,
read the manga more than the anime, so I thought,
yeah, yeah, I mean, Chio praises her. It's mostly just she mostly just have feats in her 100 healings form, but I guess above Sakura and in low Kage is okay for now. Um, I think we should just
Oh,
yeah,
oh, oh! I forgot. I forgot to mention something. Go back to Lady Tsunade again. One
yeah.
thing I just noticed is if you look at her forehead, she has that healing sealing jutsu ability. So she still can do all of that, but I'm not
Yeah, no, no,
sure.
no. I do have 100 healing Tsunade separately.
No, I know. But like I'm saying that she has also mastered it, although she hasn't shown it yet, but she knows about it.
Yeah, she has mastered it. Yeah,
Yeah. So I'm not sure to the extent of her powers because the times we saw her during that time, during that era, she was doing more of the healing side, right?
yeah.
And
She
not the
also
fighting
also
side.
in
So
base she can summon Katsuyu, so
right.
yeah, that's good. But she doesn't have feats to put her anywhere higher above, let's say, Kagu's or start of Shippuden Gaara. I don't
Right.
think she has any feats. Yeah. So okay, her in 100 healings form. Okay, this where she's really strong. She's strong. Okay. Um. Wait. Okay. No. She's at least here. She's probably here. Above, just below. No. What am I doing? Yeah, just below version 2 War Arc Reikage. Because his punch is stronger, but she's slower.
Oh yeah. She's her punch is more devastating than Rakage's.
Yeah, then version 2. Yeah, version 2 Cloak. War Arc Reikage.
Hmm.
Yeah. But mother says that like her punch is stronger, but Reikage is faster.
You see.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He was doing the third best versus the Susanoo clones and Madara from the 5 Kage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
assuming that Rakage and Tsunade had fought, that would have been a great show. Remember
yeah,
when Naruto was trying to get on the battlefield and
yeah,
Rakage, yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
that would have been a great fight.
hmm Um, yeah. So okay. Okay. So now we have Orochimaru. Okay. Let's start with Orochimaru that fights Fortale's Naruto. Um, I guess he's here. Because Sasuke, before absorbing Orochimaru, he kills him. Who do you think was stronger, Orochimaru or the Fortales?
Uh,
Because Orochimaru wasn't serious for most of the fight. He was just like having that grin and smiling the whole time until Naruto fires a tail beast bomb.
well, the thing is, Orochimaru was serious from my
Yeah, I
perspective.
mean,
It's just that, hold on,
yeah,
it's just that the fact that um, his skin cannot fathom or cannot get across the four tails chakra
yeah,
because four tails when that chakra is that's actually fire in of its own self, and we know what happens to snake when they get close to fire, right? It melts,
yeah.
it
I
burns
mean,
them
they're
up.
pretty much Fortales and that Orochimaru were pretty much equal.
Yeah, they were equal, but if the fight had continued to go on,
Hmm.
Orochimaru would have died, or he would have
Yeah,
because
because yeah,
yeah, because he said that he's reached his limit. He can't continue to fight, so he
because
retreated.
yeah, because he was getting sick. Because every 3 years he has to get into a new body,
Right.
and that year, yeah, he was supposed to take Sasuke's body, so he was getting sick. Yeah,
Yeah, even without getting sick, still, if the fight had continued going on, Orochimaru would have run out of chakra because Four
yeah,
Tails doesn't run
probably.
out of
Yeah,
yeah Four Tails doesn't run out of chakra. Instead, he gets madder
I
and stronger.
I don't really know because Naruto was also like massively hurting every time like Kurama takes over, and especially after Fortales took over, it took a massive toll on Naruto's body.
Yeah,
Um,
but that would have been after because Four Tails would
yeah,
have used
yeah,
it
yeah, I agree, I
until
agree, I
yeah, that
agree.
would have
Yeah,
been after. Then we will see the toll it took on Naruto's body.
yeah.
But before then, Four Tails would just continuously keep using him.
Actually, oof. No, actually, okay. Mm, uh, actually, I'm gonna move something. I think here should be fine. I'm gonna put Orochimaru here.
Can you explain why?
Because Mai has better feats, and yeah, in this Asuka and Kisame, because Kisame is kind of like relative to base Killer Bee, and this Asuka is superior or equal to base Killer Bee, and Mai has feats against Madara in the War Arc. Um,
Okay.
yeah. Mm, so yeah, I guess yeah. Okay, now we have Orochimaru that fights heroes, and okay, so this is Orochimaru that fights heroes, and but we won't be using the Hashirama and Tobirama for him, because when he reanimated them, that's just him without Hashirama and Tobirama.
How
So
can you put? Because I see you moving Orochimaru that fought Hiruzen. How can you? We already talked about the Naruto and Orochimaru fight. That happened before Orochimaru fought Hiruzen. I mean, that happened after Orochimaru
yeah,
fought Hiruzen.
that Orochimaru didn't have any jutsu because Hiruzen used Tripper that seal. Um, mm,
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. The versions of Orochimaru. So this is a version that fought Hiruzen that brought
yeah,
out
this is
Jutsu, the Forbidden
yeah, yeah,
Jutsu, and
yeah.
okay.
Um, I'm just gonna put him here because Mangekyo Sharingan Sasuke stated to surpass that Orochimaru if he was at full power. Um, and he did like have some relativity to Old Man Hiruzen. Um, this is why I don't have him up here where
Mhm.
Hiruzen is, but I think here should be fine. And this Orochimaru can also go into the Hydra form. You know the when Orochimaru summoned those big snakes versus Itachi Susanoo,
When he wanted
he could, yeah,
mhm.
yeah. That Hydra form stated to surpass even base Orochimaru. Yeah, which is like, and Orochimaru did think that he could like break Itachi Susanoo, but he didn't know Itachi had Tosca Blade and Yata mirror. So this would like mean that he was confident in breaking a skeleton form Susanoo. without any special weapons, of course. But it's pretty good, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, now we have Orochimaru in the war arc when he comes back. Um. Oh yeah, Orochimaru does he's even stronger. Yeah. Because he goes into the Zetsu body, which has Hashirama cells, which are like chemistry. But he can restrain Tobirama, who's here, I guess. Do you think you have to be stronger than someone to restrain him when you reanimate him?
Well,
Because
again,
we know Mother and Hashirama can break reanimation just because they're stronger than Orochimaru and Kabuto.
what you just said just now, it made a lot of sense, and it's a good question. That Orochimaru, because I see you move him up, right? That he
Yeah,
has the ability to control someone who is animated. What
yeah.
if he's fighting someone who is not dead yet? How
Yeah, because
strong is he? Or how,
yeah,
like, because if you match his power level when he fought Hiruzen during the
yeah,
war arc, I would say he might have developed new jutsu here and there, but nothing outstanding based on what we saw. The
yeah.
only
Because
difference is
yeah,
he still has he was able to keep a real conscious Hashirama, Tobirama,
yeah,
Minato,
Minato,
and
yeah.
Hiruzen,
Yeah.
right?
I am gonna say that I do think that you have to be stronger than someone to be able to control him in reanimation, because the only two exceptions that weren't able to when the caster wasn't able to control it were Hashirama and Madara. Um, Actually, that makes sense because that makes sense. So I'm gonna move Hashirama up, base the reanimated Hashirama up here, which does make sense. Um, Because yeah, base Hashirama was stated that he could break the reanimation jutsu just like Madara.
Of course, if Madara can do it, Hashirama can
Yeah,
do it. It's just that he didn't
yeah,
want to because he kind of wanted Sasuke to kind of listen to him and
mm-hmm.
to make Sasuke and Orochimaru feel comfortable to really hear the
Yeah.
story that he's going to tell them, to
Yeah,
break
because
everything down.
do you agree that Sage Mode Kabuto was stronger than any other of the reanimated Kages, not Hokages, the Kages that were fighting in the war, like Mu, Gengetsu, third Raikage, Gara's father, Nagato, Itachi. Because yeah, Sage Mode Kabuto was stronger than them, and none of them could break the jutsu. So I think yeah, it makes sense that you have to be stronger than someone that you could break the jutsu. Uh,
Mm, this is a good thought. This is a good question and a good concept that you just brought up. Rakage's father, the people that you just mentioned right now, I think they
yeah,
could if they really wanted to. And again,
yeah.
you said that this shows that Sage
No, Base
Kabuto,
Hashirama, yeah.
no, Sage
Oh,
Kabuto
yeah,
is
Sage Kabuto,
stronger
yeah. He
than
does, yeah. When we get to Sage Kabuto, we can talk about it more. But
because
um,
if Itachi, well, Itachi had his Sharingan to help
yeah,
break out, but
hmm
still, yeah, it's a good question. If it was Kabuto, if he was the one controlling Hashirama and the four Hokages, would they would they be able to break out of it? Because that is a good question if you ask me. Would they be able to break out of his uh control if it was
yeah.
Kabuto's Sage mode? That's a good question.
Mm-hmm. So okay. Let's get into. Okay, now we have Boruto era Orochimaru. Um, what does Boruto era Orochimaru do? He does like pretty. He beats up Victor pretty badly. Um.
Didn't he?
Oh.
Didn't he
Oh.
fight? Didn't he
Uh,
fight adult Mitsuki? Or no?
oh, yeah, he did fight adult Mitsuki. But I think the best feat or statement for him is to be relative to base Hokage Naruto. That puts him pretty high. Because, in the Sarada arc, the Naruto Gaiden arc, when Sarada, Naruto, Sasuke, and Chocho visit Orochimaru's lab,
Mm-hmm.
um, Naruto goes Sage mode, and he doesn't deactivate Sage mode until he sees Orochimaru. And I think Naruto even makes a statement to Sasuke that you shouldn't be so carefree because you never know what would happen. Which like kind of like implies that like Boruto or Orochimaru could like hurt and could show some relativity to base Hokage Naruto.
And I agree. I totally agree with that because the fact that Orochimaru isn't causing trouble anymore doesn't mean that he hasn't evolved himself. Because this man
Yeah,
has been, yeah,
especially in the manga and especially in the anime, every time we see like Orochimaru, even from like part one in Shippuden, we always see him doing new experiments or learning new jutsu.
yeah, he's always
Uh,
doing something. And for the fact that the hidden leaf has left him alone and no longer hunting him, he's no longer in the data book of bad guys. They're giving him a
mhm.
lab. No one is no one is
Yeah,
disturbing him. That means he
yeah.
doesn't
Yamato is only watching him.
necessarily have to always be in the run, moving his lab.
Yeah.
I think he has evolved. We'll be surprised that I'm not sure if they're gonna do something with him on Boruto eventually,
Yeah,
but
they might. Maybe post time skip. Um, yeah, also, Orochimaru's the reason why Orochimaru's power so fluctuates through the series is obviously depending if he's nerfed by Reaper Deathshield, but his power fluctuates depending on in which body he's in. Because he like takes different bodies every 3 years.
and which
Um,
brings me to another question: is the hidden leaf aware that in order for him to stay this young, right? In order for him to look the way he's looking, that he has to steal bodies. Them knowing that he's still killing people, how can they stomach all of this? But
he
I think
might,
at some point he explained a different way of doing it. At some point on Boruto, I forgot. I don't think he
yeah.
necessarily steals body anymore. I
I
think he
do.
found a different way to do it.
My personal theory, I don't know if it's true, but I think he either still has a bunch of Zetsu bodies which are infused with Hashirama cells, or he's artificially making new bodies.
Yes.
What did you say?
Yes, because I don't think he's stealing body the way he used to.
Yeah, because Yamato
Because
and the one that are watching him would know this at
exactly.
least once. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Also, he wants to be in peace with Naruto. That's like the whole point why he also like sent Mitsuki to the Leaf.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like a peace treaty between Leaf and Sound.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so now we get into Jiraiya. So base Jiraiya. Um,
We
he
should have
gets.
started. We should have
Huh?
started with their Jonin level, like their
Wait.
Jonin when they used to be Jonin.
Oh, they don't have any feats. Um,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was looking for what feats they have, but like The only feats they have is getting bodied by Hanzo. But where does that scale? I don't know. I mean, they at least scale in high Jonin if that they don't die instantly against Hanzo, but okay, so base Jiraiya beats Conan really badly. He should be relative to base Tsunade. Does he beat anyone? Because he gets absolutely bodied and one-shotted by a weaker Forteos Naruto that Orochimaru fights. But because okay, now we can do pains. Because
The thing is, that point that you just brought up about Fortels, Jiraiya wasn't looking to fight Fortels to the death. He was looking to subdue him.
But still, his durability, he doesn't have durability to tank any attacks or the speed to evade it because he doesn't want to get hit or badly damaged.
Yeah, he was looking to subdue Fortels.
I mean, it's still like there is no reason why he should be holding back on his durability and speed. If you say that he doesn't want to hurt Naruto, it only means that he held back in power or AP. But his durability and speed is just still
right, and that's a good point. I wouldn't say that due to the fact that he held back, that means he's stronger, and I wouldn't say due to the fact he held back that means he's not stronger. Let's just say that he wasn't looking at fighting Fortels, he was looking at subduing it as soon as possible before Naruto grows another tail, which will be another disaster. So
I think here is fine, low Kage, because
it's
doesn't
fine.
have feats to place him higher. I think it's fine. Okay, so Sage Mode Jiraiya. Okay, this is one that's gonna be interesting. Should be stronger than Rasa Shuriken Naruto, because Naruto thinks he needs. Naruto stated that Naruto didn't surpass Jiraiya until Sage Mode, so should be above 10. Okay, this one is interesting. Pain Arc Kakashi or Kage Summit Kakashi versus Sage Mode Jiraiya. Because they do both fight pain and both lose the pain.
Well, that's a good one. They both fought pain. Jiraiya had more.
Okay, I'm just gonna put in here. We're gonna back into it. Before we do Sage Jiraiya, I think we should do these pains that we didn't do when we did pain. Because we said that we're gonna wait until Jiraiya.
You see, this is the reason why I said if you're gonna do pain, you're gonna do them at the same time because that's how they were introduced. When you fight one pain, you're fighting the rest of the pain. The only way you get to fight the main pain before Nagato is if you kill off the rest of the other ones. So because if we rank their ability individually, some of them cannot really. They can only do one specific thing, that's it.
These two don't have any kind of like, because this one, I think this one revives people, and this is the one that absorbs. But these two do have scaling. The animal pet, the one that summons things, was stronger than Beige Jiraiya, because Jiraiya was just fighting him, and Jiraiya thought he needed to go Sage Mode to beat him. So I guess. Okay, this is okay. This is also interesting. Sakura can one-shot pain summonings which Jiraiya can't handle. Hmm.
Yeah, but it gets very confusing when we're doing pains abilities individually because
No,
the reason
I'm
why.
talking about against the pain that just summons animals. Um, Jiraiya fights him in base and admits inferiority and can't. Jiraiya can't beat any animal summoning without summoning his toads.
Well,
Um,
which makes sense. I mean, he
I mean,
could if he
the
wants
problem
to.
is okay.
He could use Rasengan, create a big Rasengan to blow a hole in them. But it's just that you know, due to the fact that there is a lot of because the one that summons just he doesn't just summon one animal. He summons like three of them, and I think when you attack one, it creates a clone of his own, which
Oh,
multiplies, right?
when he fought base Jiraiya, he didn't summon the dog yet.
Okay.
Um, um, yeah. I mean, Sakura one-shot summoning that base Jiraiya can't handle. I mean, I guess you can argue Sakura scales way higher in AP than Jiraiya, but Jiraiya's like, you can say faster and has better arsenal. That's why he would win. Even though Sakura has speed feats on Sasori, but we said that we are not gonna go over that. But I guess it is fine. We were gonna argue that Jiraiya's arm. Um, actually, yeah, this pain also pretty strong. So, but Sejmu Jiraiya versus Peinar Kakashi or Kage-sama Kakashi is pretty interesting.
All I gotta say is if Sage Mode Jiraiya had fought each pain single-handedly without the other pain interfering, he would have had more chance of survival. But the
Okay,
reason why he didn't survive because there's just when you fight one pain, you're fighting the rest. That's the reason why they are so terrifying, and
the interesting one,
that's what makes
I,
them a formidable force to be avoided. You
okay,
know.
the interesting thing I remember now is Jiraiya fights, I think, three weakest paints that aren't even combat type. Um, the absorption one, the I don't know, the soul rip one, and I know one. I can't remember what one of them has ability. Oh yeah, yeah, and the animal one. That the absorption one and the soul rip one are the two weakest pains, and the animal one is the only one decently strong. And Sejmo Jiraiya thinks that he's gonna get killed, even in Sage mode, uh, which is why he has to run in those pipes and do the sound genjutsu one with Maimpa,
Exactly. Like you said.
which just like means that like if you kind of like Animal Packers didn't this one, but like two pains that are kind of fodder and one of those pains gets like beat up by like Konohamaru, Hit Konohamaru, um, just like makes Sejmut Jiraiya has like a lot of anti feats with like even do you remember let's see um do you remember when like Jiraiya gets his arm torn out by like this robotic plane even though he was in Sage mode. So do you think he was off guard or do you think he sends him in Sage mode? Because he was in Sage mode.
Mhm.
And like, yeah. Because in Sage mode, you kind of have like passive sensory of of a field around you. Because like Pain gets behind him and says, "Didn't you just remind me not to underestimate my enemies, Jiraiya Sensei?" And he like tells a whole sentence, and
Well,
Jiraiya reacts, but he
yeah,
still gets his.
I would say
Um,
that the reason why he didn't sense him because I believe there is one pain that has this thing, this way of repelling something, right? I think you
oh no,
mentioned.
yeah, this is that's the Diva Pep, the main pain. But Jiraiya never fights him. Um, which like Kakashi kind of fights, but gets kind of beat up easily.
Yeah,
Um,
the main pain. No, I'm talking about jutsu. There is one that absorbs jutsu, and
oh
there
yeah,
is.
yeah, it's this one, but he doesn't scale anywhere other than speed.
Mhm,
But he can only fight in taijutsu because he doesn't have any jutsu.
mhm.
Um,
So I would say in that scenario, the reason why, like, I'm gonna guess right now, the reason why Jiraiya didn't sense when that pin went behind him, it could either be two things. It's either that his mind is too wrapped up on where the next pain is gonna come out of, or maybe for some reason, the one that it's either that, or maybe he's just too caught up with what he's doing, or maybe he's just I don't know, because this is a good question that you just brought up. Why didn't he sense the one behind him, since he had Sage mode with him, which actually heightens his sensory mode, right? Why didn't he sense that
yeah,
pain when
because
that pain sneaked behind
even
him?
like a regular even like that's established that like even like regular shinobi, even without like any like special abilities like Sage Mode to sense things or Karin's abilities to sense things can like sense if something has or someone has chakra around them. Um, but and even with like Sage Mode, which is and that thing like just like he tells a whole sentence, giving like even Jiraiya has even more time to react,
Yeah,
which is weird.
or could it be because he had mom pa on his shoulders,
Yeah,
which he
that's
had
also
to,
okay.
you know,
I am gonna just like for this that sake, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna give Jiraiya benefit of the doubt and say he's above Pain Kakashi and that robotic pain. But do you think he beats Deidara?
Deidara.
Yeah,
Uh, yes, I would say yes. You want to know why?
yeah.
Because if Jiraiya decides to take an easy way out, if Deidara is close to him, he could create that summoning inside a giant toad's mouth. Even if he knows that Deidara's bombs are planted in there, he could just create that and leave Deidara in there.
The problem is Deidara is gonna. It's actually what you said. It's pretty much the same thing that start of Shippuden Gaara did to Deidara. He trapped him like he used Shukaku to make the whole the big Shukaku prison to trap Deidara in there, and Deidara like blew a hole through it and like escaped. Um, which is probably what he would do in that situation. I just also Deidara is like long range with like those big bombs
Mm-hmm.
and landmines.
Yeah,
Oh, I
he.
forgot. What is Jiraiya gonna do against C4? You know the microscopic bombs that if you inhale them, you're gonna get this cell destructed from inside.
Yeah, but the thing is, you see, the reason why I said what I said is, and this is exactly what I thought should have happened when Dedera blew up. Because inside the toad's mouth, Dedera is also trapped in there. So if anything blows up, he will blow up with it, wouldn't he?
Oh, no. He can like I said he will like do some similar to like what he did versus Gara when Gara trapped him. He would just blow. He doesn't have to blow up the whole thing. He just has to blow up a hole for him to escape.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe it's a bad matchup for Jiraiya versus Deidara, but then we get to Sasori, and I don't think Jiraiya beats Sasori.
Well, if Jiraiya brings out Ma and Pa, Deidara would definitely lose because Ma and Pa will probably give Jiraiya a good idea on what to
that's also
do.
a good point. You just have to eliminate Ma and Pa, not even necessarily to eliminate Jiraiya, and Jiraiya loses Sage Mode.
Or Jiraiya can just drag Deidara into this Sage mode and just leave him there. Have him observe Sage mode and blow himself up.
I think we can just.
Actually, no, he doesn't even need to drag him to Sage World. He could just do, because it didn't. Jiraiya showed Naruto that if you take on, like, he can actually, if he's close enough to Deidara, he can touch him and insert Sage chakra inside his body. So much chakra that Deidara wouldn't know what to do with it.
The only time that happened is with Pain, when Naruto let Pain absorb his chakra, not knowing that it was Senjutsu.
Exactly.
Also, but
exactly.
Deidara doesn't absorb chakra, so.
Well, even though he doesn't absorb, can't Jiraiya infuse it inside him?
No,
No? Okay.
nothing that has shown that Jiraiya can do implied that he could do that. The only, because if Deidara could, like, let's say, absorb chakra or jutsu, then you could, like, argue it, but.
But still, Ma and Pa would figure out a way to defeat Deidara still.
Okay, let's just give Jiraiya benefit of the doubt. But I don't think you can argue Jiraiya beats Sasori.
What if Ma and Pa uses that noise genjutsu to?
Oh, it doesn't work against Sasori.
No, I'm talking about Deidara.
Oh, he trained to be resistant to non-Sharingan genjutsu.
Well, that he trained doesn't mean. I mean, well, it depends on what genjutsu that is attacking him.
I mean, he, like, stated himself that, like, he can't fall for a non-ocular genjutsu, which ocular genjutsu is only Sharingan genjutsu. And then Sasuke, after he gets his Rinnegan, he also uses Rinnegan genjutsu. But
oh well.
No.
With Sasori, I don't see Jiraiya beating him that easily. Sasori is.
I don't even know what he can do against Sasori. I don't see a win con for Jiraiya. Especially if Sasori starts the battle with 100 puppets.
Right. The only way Jiraiya would beat Sasori if Sasori choose to have a face-to-face combat, which he wouldn't.
Yeah, the whole point is that Sasori just, like, has, like, billions of weapons with poison and just, like, shoots them across the battlefield. And, like, if it won't happen, one weapon hits you, it's pretty much game over if you don't have an antidote.
Exactly. So
which, like, Sakura and Chio were prepped with, like, 3 doses of antidote when they fought Sasori. That's, like, why they beat him.
But the thing is though, here's the tricky part. If Jiraiya can be able to summon or to gather enough Sage Mode chakra from the Sage world and create a huge Rasengan, that huge Rasengan can take out those puppets easily.
Yeah, but the problem is there's so many of them, and, like, let's say let's say for some reason there are like 10 or 20 puppets in the same spot, and he like uses massive Rasengan to blows them up. He still has like 80 puppets as well as his body, which even if he destroys, he just gonna reconstruct.
Yeah, but if he continuously keep doing that, he would definitely end up blowing those puppets to smithereens because those
But like
puppets,
you,
those
you don't
pup,
know like while he's like blowing some puppets up, the other ones are just gonna like strike him with their
no,
weapons, and like just one weapon has to hit him.
no, not necessarily. Okay,
Yeah,
you
just like
saw.
one
Hold on.
weapon, and because all of them are poisoned and pretty much poison, just like
Let me
attacks your
explain.
nervous system and like
Let me explain how because
okay.
you started off by
Mhm.
saying if Sasori decides to summon those 100 or those
Yeah,
many
it's
puppets at the
pretty much
same
game
time, right?
over.
And they all charge towards Jiraiya, right? Now, if Jiraiya summons enough strength and gathers earth energy and summons and creates a huge Rasengan, those huge Rasengan will go through those puppets easily because those puppets has no defensive mechanism that they can use to defend that big Rasengan like that. It will tear them apart instantly, each and every one of them. Yeah, I don't care how. It's almost like an explosion when you
Yeah,
hit
I
atomic.
agree. If he uses massive
When
Rasengan
it's almost like
on those other puppets, yeah, he's gonna
it,
blow them up.
it's almost like Kamehameha. If those puppets are charging towards, let's say, Krillin or Gohan or Goku, and he shoots that amount of Kamehameha, it
Yeah,
doesn't
he's gonna blow
matter.
them up. Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah, I
matter how
agree.
many
I
puppets
agree.
there are. It will take them all apart. So Jiraiya neutralizes, if Jiraiya neutralizes those puppets at the same time, then Sasori will be left with no more puppets.
I agree, but he can't blow 100 puppets, and they're not gonna sit on the same spot, and all of them are not just gonna be waiting in the same spot and just like looking while Jiraiya beats them up.
And remember, Jiraiya can still do that summoning thing he does and trap all those puppets in a toad's mouth.
You know that's 100 times worse for Jiraiya, which like leaves him no room to wait any attack.
Okay, but let me say if he does that, trap all those puppets inside a toad's mouth, they don't have explosion to blow themselves out like Deidara
They're
does.
just gonna like shoot poison him or like
And you know that if Jiraiya leaves them there, not only will he also implant some type of explosion or something to eliminate. I remember what he tried to do to Itachi and Kisame. He was shrinking the toad's mouth. So if he had left there with Sasuke and Naruto, Itachi and Kisame would have been crushed, squeezed to smithereens. So if he
yeah,
traps them,
if they didn't like do anything,
exactly,
but Sasori
exactly.
is way stronger than Deidara, and Deidara can poison that toad, and he would just like speed them out.
Okay, okay, remember, the poison that will work on a normal human body, on a regular animal's body, it will take longer time to work on a huge gigantic animal like a huge giant toad. You do know that, right? Before those poisons can go through that huge
Okay,
toad's mouth. But
give me a speed feed that proves Jiraiya can do that.
no, I'm not saying like it it would definitely be a tough fight. It would definitely be a good tough fight. But the chances of Jiraiya winning that fight is also there. Yeah. Sasori has his puppets, which are a good arsenal because he has the ability to mount an offensive attack and a defensive attack. And let's not hope if Jiraiya doesn't summon his own toads to help him defend off those puppets. Now, if those puppets, the good thing that is working or that will work for Sasori is if any cuts, any thrusts, any stab those puppets does, it's going to be devastating. I mean, depending on who takes that attack, because all those weapons, the sharp edges of them, they has poison on it. So, you know,
Yeah.
yeah. But it would have been, it would be a good concept of a match to see what would happen if Jiraiya had run into Sasori and faced Sasori. It would have been a good concept. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Okay. Now we have Kabuto. Um, base Kabuto. I think Orochimaru says that he's the strongest based on no, not the strongest, based on the strongest part one Kakashi. What is
No,
part one Kakashi?
before we go before we move into Kabuto, why don't we talk about who is going to win against each other? Because I believe we talked
Cool.
about, because you said something in the past that there's going to be some type of how do I put it? Some type of a situation where if the legendary Sannins were to face each other, what would happen? Who is stronger between who? I think you said something that Orochimaru is stronger than Jiraiya and
Yeah,
Tsunade.
yeah,
Something within
but
that line.
like a pretty decent margin. Um, because okay, let's go first. Okay, let's have the first matchup. Let's say Orochimaru that fights Fortails, the one without his arms and jutsu, versus base Tsunade versus base Jiraiya. Let's say a three-way battle. Um, uh, I think it's pretty clear that like Orochimaru would win if they fought. Do you agree?
Which version of Jiraiya and Tsunade is he fighting? You're talking about base Orochimaru taking on base Jiraiya and
I'm
base
talking
Tsunade,
about
right?
Orochimaru that fights Fortails Naruto
Mm-hmm.
versus base Jiraiya versus base Tsunade. All it's 1v1v1. Um,
If
um,
if Orochimaru that fought Four Tails fights Jiraiya that tried to subdue the Four Tails. If they, oh, I mean, let's just remove the one that fight who. Let's just say they fight each other. Whether if it is the one that during the
okay,
war,
so wait.
like
Okay, which versions though? Because
it doesn't matter. Okay, let's say at the top of their game, right? Ex-
Orochimaru slaps them. One blitzes and one shots all of them. Because Prime Orochimaru would be the one that like
No, no, no,
gonna.
no. Okay. I know you're gonna go there. No, I'm not talking about Boruto Orochimaru. I'm
Okay,
talking
so what
about.
are Orochimaru?
I'm talking. Okay, hold on. Because Jiraiya died, right? So let's talk about when they were at their, like, all three of them were at their
Okay, when
peak.
they're alive.
When they were, yeah, when
100
Jiraiya
healing.
was
Okay,
alive.
so Sage moved Jiraiya versus 100 healing Tsunade versus Orochimaru that fights heroes. And
Exactly. Yes.
I think Orochimaru wins. Basically, his skills above any of the five Kage that fight Madara, or at least Onoki and Raikage scale above Tsunade and Jiraiya. I mean, Jiraiya really like died way too soon before the power creep was insane in the war arc. Um, the the main issue is because Jiraiya died in the war before the war arc, and most of those impressive feats are from the war arc, which
Hmm.
like where like why Tsunade is so high. And well, like obviously like heroes, and we know that we then learn that he scales massively above the other 5 Kage, and like Orochimaru can fight him.
Hmm. Um.
Oh yeah, if you use those forms, I would say number 1 Orochimaru, number 2 Tsunade, number 3 Jiraiya. At least based on feats, without any head canon.
The thing I see with this fight, if Tsunade, let me first of all do Orochimaru versus Jiraiya. I believe Jiraiya will put up a good solid fight, but in the end, Orochimaru has this neck of, doing something that you don't expect that he would do, which is he can spew out of his own self, his own body, and create
Yeah.
another body, then another body, then another body, and that will paralyze Jiraiya definitely for sure, right? Because he
He
did it.
also Orochimaru can also if he wants, he can also reanimate characters to fight for him.
Exactly. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yes, he can also do that. But
Yeah.
let's say if he fights Tsunade, that's where I think he may not have the best chance of win. I mean, he has a good chance, but it
I
won't be
mean,
like
Tsunade
it
has no
won't be
way
like
to like kill
Jiraiya.
him, and she's like too slow. It's like
E-
Orochimaru is faster than Raikage and Onoki, who are faster than Tsunade. Tsunade does have higher like she. I don't even know if she has better regeneration than Orochimaru. Orochimaru was like cut in half. I mean, Tsunade was. Yeah, they have similar level of regeneration. It's just that Orochimaru has passive regeneration and Tsunade has limited regeneration because of her mark.
so does
So,
Orochimaru though.
I mean, we don't
And
see a
and
limit.
and even if Orochimaru decides to spew out of himself and bites Tsunade, Tsunade has antidote to keep going.
Yeah, but she really has very low stamina, kinda. At least in what was shown in the Madara fight. She was because if you cut her in half, you're pretty much win.
Yeah,
Um,
which would that would never
Orochimaru
happen.
can do, yeah, which Orochimaru can do, yeah.
No,
Um,
he can't do that. He
yeah, he
can't.
can. He scales in power to Hiruzen, who scales above characters who can cut Tsunade in half.
But he won't
Um,
be able to because Tsunade will not just sit there and watch Orochimaru cut her in
yeah,
half.
yeah, and Orochimaru is way faster than her, so I don't know what Tsunade has no way to kill him because she doesn't have anything that can like blow his whole body up, so there's nothing left to regenerate from.
Which Jiraiya kind of does, but Jiraiya, he can be
He just
gullible.
scales way lower.
Yeah, he can be gullible sometimes and get caught off guard.
Yeah,
But, although, here's the thing, although when that happened, when they all fought, when Orochimaru fought him, he was kind of depowered, right? He was poisoned a bit by Tsunade. So, and
yeah,
again, he wasn't fighting in Sage mode, and he didn't
yeah.
have
But that was
Ma and Pa with him.
yeah.
Had he fought Orochimaru at that time with Sage mode, Ma and Pa, and the Chief Toad,
I
how
don't
would
really know
Orochimaru
because
fare?
Orochimaru also has Manda, which
Yeah,
which
which we know, of course. Which
yeah, which I
when they
think Manda is stronger than Sage Jiraiya. Since
which
Manda can like because Manda kind of like quote unquote survives their self destruction blast. Um, and also Manda scales above. It's weird because Orochimaru can summon that Orochimaru that fights, let's say, Four Tails Naruto, which is pretty much the same that fights. I mean, the Orochimaru that fights Four Tails Naruto is stronger than the one that fights Tsunade and Jiraiya's inferiority to Manda. I mean, before, when he was at full power, he was obviously stronger than Manda, but
Yeah, Orochimaru, and again, you can to
yeah,
Orochimaru's
Orochimaru also has, yeah, Orochimaru can also always go Hydra form,
yeah,
and just
and
win.
to Orochimaru's defense as well. When they all fought, Orochimaru didn't have his arms. He was
Yeah,
depowered
he didn't have his arms until the war arc
until the war arc.
when Sasuke brought him back.
So
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, to some degree, I think I agree. But Orochimaru fighting Jiraiya, that would be a good fight to see. And then you're right as well, because when it comes to Tsunade, he can just continuously pounder Orochimaru. There's nothing she can do to really.
if it was Sakura, I I mean Sakura could like stop regeneration. Because oh, you didn't read the novel, yeah. In the in the novel that takes place after Shippuden, it's around like when they're like 19 years old. Sakura fights someone with like 9 tails amped regeneration. And her plan was that when she stopped his regeneration, she can stop regeneration. And the idea is that she punches him and then heals him. So you know, cells when you're born, your cells are limited to a number how many times they can multiply, and every time you regenerate, they multiply. So Sakura forced his cells to upper limit where they can multiply. So so she nagged his regeneration.
Okay, well, yeah,
Yeah, which is
let's keep
another
going.
like yeah. Okay, so do we get into Kabuto, or do you want to add anything before that?
No, it's fine.
Okay, so basic Kabuto before he absorbs Orochimaru. Orochimaru says he's on the same level as Part One Kakashi. Um,
Except that Kakashi has a sharing gun.
yeah. I think they fought in the hospital or something, didn't they? At the tuning exams. After the first round of tuning exams.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
yeah,
and,
but Kakashi didn't use Sharingan to fight him.
yeah, and Kabuto wasn't really like trying to fight him. So yeah, I think it's very consistent. Yeah, which I think here is fine. Okay, so Sage mode Kabuto. Oof, oof, um, at least here, does he beat Yellow Mask Obito and Sage mode Minato? Hmm. What do you think?
Why do you put him all the way up there? Because he has the power to control dead people?
Oh no. Obviously, he scales above renomated Mangekyo Sharingan Itachi. Obviously, because he fights EMS Sasuke and then Itachi at the same time, and like beats Itachi up a few times and slices him in half. But Itachi can, because he's renomated, he can regenerate. But also like yeah, he scales above Nagato and Itachi pretty confidently. Um, mm, but do you think he beats Sage Mode Minato or Yaumes Kobito?
I don't think so. I think Minato will be too
I
fast for
think
him.
Kamui is too hexed, and yeah, I think Because I think Sage Mode is a big amp. To Minato, Hokage Minato's already here. I think he doesn't beat him. Yeah.
Minato is too fast for him.
Yeah. Okay, so now we get into Taka or Heavy.
And especially if Minato marks him, which you will never know
Yeah.
when Minato is gonna mark him.
in character, Minato doesn't really mark. At least in the war arc or when he fights Obito, he doesn't mark. He goes full power from the beginning. I mean, Minato doesn't have really fast. He isn't really fast in like travel speed, but his combat speed is insane. That's why he's so fast. Because he has to throw kunai to teleport, and he has to weave signs to teleport.
Yeah,
which
he
is
can
like why
either.
he's like.
He can
Which is
either.
like.
Yeah, go
His
ahead.
like combat speed is so high. But okay. So, okay, partially transformed Jugo. Not fully, but partially transformed. What is partially transformed? I know, but I don't agree with partially transformed Jugo. There's a scaling for partially transformed Jugo and Kage Sametsu Gates scaling to scaling here. When I debate people, I always use this scaling for Jugo, Sugetsu, or Sasuke.
Well, in a way, that
But
brute
basically,
strength.
Jugo reacts to 5 Kage Summit version 1 Raikage, and blocks his attack. But then later gets pretty much beat up badly by the same Raikage.
Right.
Which doesn't, and also parachute. I mean, obviously, I think you agree that Taka was holding back against Killer B because they didn't want to kill him. But partially transformed Jugo does get beat up by base Killer B. Because scales around Kisame, base Kisame. But
I mean, that power of his, that brute strength and brute increase of power level and just beast level. I mean, it's good
I
and
think
all,
here is
but
fine.
against
Below start of Shippuden, Sasuke, I guess. Just
and
he
again, and again, due to the fact that Hugo doesn't really learn properly how to utilize that ability efficiently until I think on Boruto, I would say that he wouldn't do much against foes that know how to bypass that type of berserk attacks and stuff.
I do think Juga beats Sasori. I do partially transform Juga. Basically, it's basically just scaling to like characters. I mean, obviously, like Star Wars Shippuden by Sasuke beats up Sasori pretty badly because of speed and arsenal. But yeah, Juga scales around here because partially transformed Juga while he had the chain and the chain in the prison when Sasuke meets him. Could like react to base heavy Sasuke, which is stronger than this. But obviously he doesn't scale to full power. So I guess here is fine. And then like fully transformed, full power Jugo, full curse mark. This one is also hard. I guess here should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably if he's weaker in partial transform below base Sasuke, he should be weaker than full curse mark. Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah. Okay, so pre-war arc Suigetsu. So what does Suigetsu do before war arc? He also fights. Oh, he fights Darui while his sword is broken, and he fights. Okay. Where is Darui? No, actually, he's weaker than base Kisame, stated by Sasuke. Because do you remember when Sasuke went to fight Itachi? Suigetsu was fighting base Kisame. I don't know if you remember.
No, I don't think I remember.
Okay, let me see if we can see. This. Oh yeah, see. They fight, yeah, here. I mean, they're pretty relative. Kisame was kind of like a bit stronger because he can absorb chakra from Suigetsu. And Suigetsu could also Suigetsu can like turn into water to nullify any physical attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's lightning style or Amaterasu. What about Warwick Suigetsu? Where do you think he scales?
That I'm not even that. I'll let you decide. I mean, what did he even do during the war arc?
He blessed Zetsu possessed Yamato with the whole Buddha statue. He water guns him in the head. So, if you're gonna say that Suigetsu scales to Buddha, to Zetsu possessed Yamato, he should like scale at least like in this Beyond 5 Kage tier. But that's really, really weird to just like for Suigetsu to just like become so much stronger by just sitting in a prison for like a few weeks. So I'm just gonna put him in I don't know tier. Guess we just know that he's stronger than this Suigetsu. So Karin, huh? Karin also doesn't scale. Or do you think that like she scales?
Yeah, I don't even. I mean, where does she see? I would just to do her. I don't think it would do her worthy to be scaling her. I mean,
Yeah.
she does.
Also, okay. So Warwick Karin has the Kushina chains, but like she also just like kind of like supports everyone versus the Buddha statue, which I don't know.
Isn't
Again,
she? Yeah, she's an Uzumaki, right? If I'm not
yeah.
mistaken. Yeah.
But like she doesn't have any scaling, even if she has those chains. Where do they scale? Where does she scale even like speed or like AP? I don't know.
I mean, she's intelligent, but I mean, in a
Yeah, she's
physical
more of a
fight,
support. She's more of a support.
yeah, in a physical fight, I'm not sure where all that is gonna fare or how that will fare against an opponent.
Yeah.
Just like you said, she's more of a support than really, you know,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay, so now we have sound 4. Only sound 4 left. I mean sound 5 because it's also Kimimaru. Yeah. So Jirobo, the one that Choji fights in part 1. Where's Choji? Where's Choji?
Right there below, on your left, below left.
No. He scales above this Choji. Because okay, where does he scale? He scales. I guess here. Jirobo is stated the weakest of the Sound 4, so actually Shikamaru doesn't scale. He could, I guess.
I mean,
Bro, Shikamaru.
if Naruto hits him with Rasengan, I mean, wouldn't that do a lot of damage to
No,
him?
they try because Naruto's Rasengan can break Boichi Jirobo's Earth prison. When they were because but Jirobo traps all of them in kind of like. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember
yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah. And
I remember it.
okay, yeah. I think Naruto also tries to Rasengan it, and the only way they can like break that is with teamwork. Um, so I guess yeah, but like yeah, I don't know what can Shikamaru do to like beat Jirobo. I mean, maybe he can catch him with Shadow Possession, Possession,
Yeah,
but
but okay, you're scaling the Rasengan due to the fact that they got trapped. That
like Naruto couldn't break it alone.
Yeah, but still, if Naruto hits Jiroba with Rasengan, a direct hit with Rasengan,
I don't
he may
think base
he may not,
Naruto's Rasengan would do much.
okay, and okay, he may not do much. So what if he calls the power of Kurama
Oh yeah,
and uses
that's why
Rasengan?
because this is just like base Naruto. I'm talking about because like obviously here is One Tail, he's versus Gara versus Sasuke versus Haku. Because I do have you see higher. He's like Kurama aims
Because I see you
higher.
that because before that base one, there's one that fought Neji
Oh
over
yeah,
there, right?
that fights Neji.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have a Rasengan yet. I mean, he just like relative to Chunin exam Neji.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Mm. Okay, so to you, yeah. Beats Shikamaru, stronger than Jirobo, stronger than Neji, below Tamari. Yeah. Mm. And Kidomaru, below Neji, loses to Neji. Okay. Um. Wait, what's this guy's name again?
Who? I
Sakon,
forgot.
yeah,
Sagan.
Sakon,
Or,
yeah,
or
yeah,
Sakan.
yeah. He's the strongest of the Sound Four. Um, Conqueror does beat him with help of Kiba, but he was weakened. Uh, huh. Actually, I think we messed up a few things. All of them should, should scale. Let me just. They should at least him. Okay, this is weird again. Okay, so I'm gonna put him here. So okay, basic Kimimaru. Um, beats Drunken Lee above this Sasuke, I guess. Probably above this Sasuke. Uh, I'm gonna put him here, yeah. Do you agree or?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so Curse Mark 1 partially transformed. I think it's still below Freetomy Sasuke, because actually no, like above Freetomy Sasuke probably. And full Curse Mark. He was stronger than Gaara. The only reason why Gaara won is because he died because of sickness. Um, stronger. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna put him here. And okay, how strong do you think is healthy Kimimaro? Because Orochimaru thought that like Kimimaro can like help him fight heroes and beat him. But
I mean, Kimimaru, he's a skilled warrior, and if he wasn't
gonna
the
put him. I'm gonna put him in low Kage. Because
if he,
I'm not gonna be using the anime only scenes, because in anime only scenes base renovated Kimimaru dodges Rasen Shuriken from KCM1 Naruto. Which I'm not gonna be using that because it's a big outlier. Okay, so that's it for today's characters. Next time it's Otsutsuki.
okay, the two skis.
Yeah, I mean
That should be
Otsutsuki is
interesting.
the one that are that you up to the Ishiki arc. Because you haven't read the manga and the code arc yet, so I'm not gonna be using Warushiki and Momoshiki from the manga because you said that
Well, which
too late.
Otsutskis? Because Otsutskis, we also have to include um so the Otsutski that you're talking about, Kaguya,
Okay,
her two
so let's get
sons,
we have Hagoromo,
Hagoromo.
Hamura, Kaguya, Toneri, Kinshiki, Momoshiki only from Momoshiki arc, the Chunism arc, because there's in manga Momoshiki is a bit different. Then we have Boroshiki from the Ishiki arc, not the Code arc, and we have Ishiki and Otsutsuki God. Actually, should we do Otsutsuki God? Because it's not in the newest arc that hasn't been animated yet. You see, you know the scene when Ishiki is talking to Code and says that he's the sole remaining vessel.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the manga, let me. In the manga, that's the chapter in the. I think chapter 50. I think it's 55 or 56. Here's Kurama's dad in the manga. Yeah, this when Ishiki is talking to Code, he says a lot more things than in the anime, but he says basically to feed Boruto or Kauki to the tree, and then he says this that Code should like eat it should go from planet to planet to eat more these chakra fruits. It says produce the chakra fruit that when tree bears its crystallization of planet's life. It shall contain everything, a record of life that ever lived, died on this planet, including me. Eat it and upgrade yourself, code. Do it, and you are the self. And you yourself will become a new Tsutsuki. Then go for and devour planet after planet across space. Keep evolving until you become a peerless, unique existence, a god.
Man, they should have
And
showed us this information. This is
yeah,
crucial.
yeah. Also, there's a lot of information here. When Ishiki is talking to him, okay, let me see. Um, yeah,
I
let's start.
wonder. I wonder why they held that. They held back that
I don't know,
information
because
because it doesn't make sense. It's
also they
either
didn't show uh like how Barian mode was described um a lot a lot more in a lot more in a manga, how it works and how it was created, and how it merges chakra from Naruto and Kurama to create new chakra. Like Kurama describes it in the manga as solar energy. It's similar to solar energy. Um, but yeah, he says that he's gonna disappear. Um, yeah, Amado forced him to resurrect. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, basically, yeah, he says this that about a god, and pretty much this is like what pretty much I think it's theorized that what all Otsutsuki are trying to become. Basically, you have to eat countless of chakra fruits to become this god.
Mhm.
Um, which I think we can also like already put the so-called god. I think I have a separate here for him. Yeah, Otsutsuki god up here. Um, and because okay. Yeah, we do Kaguroma, Hamura, Kage, Toneri, Kinshiki, only Momoshiki um, before the Code Arc, and Burushiki before the Code Arc, and then Nishiki. Yeah, okay.
Okay. All right. All right, folks. I gotta say that this is today's tier list is very very good. I really enjoyed it. And to you
Yeah, me too.
guys, to you audience as well. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Let me quickly go to the chat box because I didn't have the chance to look at it while this is going on, and give a shout out to okay on the chat box we only see naked hd.xyz. He's here doing his thing. Okay.
Hmm?
My
You cut out.
okay, my OBS cut out just for a few seconds. I'm not sure if you guys heard everything that I said, but let me see if I can repeat it. I just want to give a shout out to the audience in the chat box. I think the only one that commented or that tried to spam, as always, is naked hd xyz. He's on the chat box doing his thing. Shout out to you. And if you guys have any input on the tier list and on what we just discussed, free to let us know. If any one of you feel like you want to jump into one of these streams and also be part of it to give your own thoughts and opinion, please free to do so, because Naruto will not be the only tier list we will be doing. In near future, we'll be doing more like Bleach, One Piece, Black Clover,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
I haven't
Demon
seen
Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
Demon
Yes. Demon Slayer up until season 2.
Yeah.
and so on.
I mean, yeah, yeah. Until we watch, until we both watch more series, because we we haven't watched many same series. So yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to
Uh,
be part of the stream, you can feel free to reach out to me on Discord. I'm not sure if my Discord link is in this stream. If it's not there, I'll put it in there. You can reach out and let us know so that the next time we're going to go live, we'll let you know and you can come in and share your thoughts and help us with with this brand new and fresh new content we do. So just have that at the back of your mind. If you do want to join to participate, you can feel free to reach out to me or Cindy. I mean, not Cindy, Skindy.
yeah.
Sorry, sorry about that, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can reach out to Skindy about this or myself, and I'm always available. You guys have many ways to reach out to me. So, because like I said, we'll be doing Bleach later on. We'll be doing Black Clover. We'll be doing One Piece. We'll be doing Demon Slayer. It just depends on which one we want to touch base on. So very soon Naruto will be done. I'm not sure if we're gonna do Boruto. Are we doing Boruto characters after this or just
Yeah.
Naruto?
Yeah. Yeah. We have a few. Yeah. Yeah. We have some Boruto characters.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll be doing Boruto when Naruto tier list is done, and after that we'll see if we're gonna move on to other animes as well. So there's a
Mhm.
lot of content here, and I know that each and every one of you have your own opinions, your own suggestion, and your own participation. You're always welcome to join us. You can always reach out to me on Discord and let me know. So, on that note, thank you guys for joining us. If you have any question at all for me or Skindy, you can feel free to ask. I will give you guys 1 minute or two. If you want to chat a little bit, if you want to ask questions about what I just said, you can feel free to ask us on the chat box. So, okay. If you guys have any questions or any suggestion, you can always feel free to reach out. If not, then I guess we're going to see you guys on the next stream. And the next stream we'll be doing
Mhm.
The Otsuki Naruto, not the Otsuki Boruto. And I know that some
Oh.
of the Otsuki Naruto kind of transferred to Boruto a little bit. Am I wrong
So,
about that?
do we do just Otsutsuki from Naruto, or do we include them from Boruto as well?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's good if we include them as well, so that we would do all Utsuskis and get it over with. I'm
Yeah.
not sure in the long run if we're gonna also do, um, depending on how what Code will become eventually. I'm not sure how his power is gonna be because
Uh,
he has also inherited the power of Otsuki. We don't know how strong he's gonna be or how terrifying it is going to be
yeah.
in the near future.
Um,
So let us
actually,
just hope.
hmm,
Yeah, don't ruin it because I know you've read the manga, man. Don't ruin
yeah,
it.
no, 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 I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking anime still won't come for probably a few months. At least it's gonna be at least a few months till the next until Code Art gets animated. But I mean, it very depends on the next chapter, which is in 2 weeks. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, if we're going into time skip or another arc, I think it's probably just gonna be it. Um, I I think after this anime only arc, I think they might already start the code arc. Um,
Yeah, which I'm really, really waiting for, man. I
Yeah,
cannot wait for Kodak
yeah,
because
uh,
not a lot has been done on him thus far. But
yeah.
my guess is they're
Before,
saving
yeah,
him. They're
before
saving him
the
for more.
yeah, before Ishiki's defeat, he really hasn't done anything. He
No, he
was just
haven't.
like he was just like chilling and like trolling Delta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. You guys have been great. On that note, stay safe. Keep on keeping on.